What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and shill them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name After Sound, and the second is a new podcast I just launched called Chasing Infinity. It is myself and ChatGPT as my AI co-host, and we dive into a wide range of topics in short-form videos just like these. So check it out, links in the description below, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, let's jump into another answering your Splinterlands comments. I have really enjoyed jumping back into these, so we're just going to start from the top. And the most recent video I put out was, should the DAO hire a guild developer for Splinterlands? GhostlyBG says, I would vote for that. GhostlyBG also says, Matt does not want to share any details on hardcore mode. Oh, details, I'm assuming. That's what it should be. Details on hardcore mode. Yeah, so that tells me it's nowhere near completion. Yeah, that's my fear as well. I know that I put it as something that could potentially come in this year, but really that's only because I feel like we were under the impression that at least from Nate, that it was a couple of months away. And this was back in September, right? Oh, sorry. We were a couple of months away from Glamour, and that was back in September, meaning that we could potentially expect it this year, since we knew that everything else was going to get pushed to next year. Then when we find out that Glamour is no longer being set for this year, it's being deprioritized in favor of hardcore mode, that tells me that maybe there's a chance. But I agree with you. I don't want to set myself up for failure or disappointment, and I feel like I did just that. So it is what it is. But thanks for keeping our feet on the ground, GhostlyBG. All right. Cold As says, our problem is we want to achieve a lot of things at the same time. I think this is why in the end we are not achieving most. This is on the should the DAO hire a guild developer. I mean, there's like small little things that I think could be done with guilds, and people have been asking for this for a while. And probably the thing that spurred this video idea the most was hearing more and more about Royal Eagle's experience with bringing new people and it being super sticky, right? We've heard a little bit about it in the town halls. Breaking Benjamin shared some of that in the People's Guild podcast. So to me, there just seems to be a ripe opportunity, low-hanging fruit to attack that. But, it is what it is. Wolfshire says, expect land delays. I can't wait for land to launch and be such a failure that every future game who considers something so convoluted will think twice and learn from these mistakes. You're not wrong, man. I'm going to leave that there. You're not wrong. You've told no lies. GhostlyBG says, oh man, so bitter. Letting it out is a good thing, though. All right, Keeg says, I have a bunch of bandits that will be working on land. All right, perfect. So I guess don't sell those or don't burn those. iHorse says, stop. WTF is wrong with everyone. No more hires. Oh, well, okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to skim through this because this is an essay here. Let's see. Focus on the devs. We only have 6 of them. Work on what was promised, period. Stop introducing new things when there's literally nobody there. You introduce like 8 new attacks, hundreds of new cards. Work on 2 things, land and NPE. Where is it? Well, so I'm making the argument, iHorse, that guilds are more important than land. And right now, yeah, we're paying for land, but it should have really been guilds that we had focused on. And it's not an idea that's like brand new. We've known since 2 years ago that guilds needed a lot of love. In fact, there was the Guild Alliance idea going into early last year, and we just never got around to that. I would rather have a Guild Alliance idea or a Guild Alliance implementation than whatever we get with land. I know land is cool and people like land. It's just for the social aspect of the game, if your focus is on bringing new players in, right? So therefore, you just said land and NPE. What synergizes better with NPE, land or guilds? Like, it's far and away guilds. All right, so I think you said a lot of the same stuff. I'm taking the bad leadership. Matt wrote the books, but ruined the game. Too much, too quick, right when nobody here. All right, just drain the remaining players of their money. Come on, man. All they do is scam stuff in the form of a game. Who is in profit? Well, definitely not the 80% that's left. It doesn't seem like the team's in profit either. So who's winning? Who's winning from this? Hire CEO that they should hire. Okay. No attachment to Hive. All right, so a lot of things there. Thank you for that, iHorse. Cyberblock. I haven't seen this name in a while. They need to stop blowing money on hiring and spend it on marketing. No employees are required. They lacking hard in crypto. You guys are so effing clueless. Well, you know what? We're Game Boys. Cyberblock. So, we just want a cool game to play. Is that so wrong? I see why he hasn't been around for a while. All right, so Ramar says, there was a time I stopped doing ranked battles for more or less 3 months, and during that time, I do brawls. If there's anything we do to improve the brawls, for sure, I will vote yes. Okay, so there you go. Got somebody else who's on board. International Travel Channel, thank you so much for the comment here, and pandas. More pandas down below. All right, so we have, whoa, did somebody copy your thing here? This is Nicola, but he's got your international travel thing. Something's got to be going on. All right, so let me jump back over to Jobby Saints, who says, I'm a Balthazar scholar, and I assure you, all of us are real persons. Otherwise, the account will not be used, and the delegated SPS and cards will go elsewhere. Oh, wait, maybe I'm not human. OMG. So for people who are looking at the Balthazar ones, that is, like I said, that belongs to a guild, and is a bunch of scholars. The ones that I like, there's a couple. I can only remember one name right now, and I guess I will throw it out. If anybody can confirm this, it's the Mario accounts. I face like a bunch of Mario accounts, and I have no idea. When I've dug into them, they don't own their cards, or they don't own a lot of their cards. They rent a lot. So I'm just curious how that all works. Now, here's the thing. They could be real people, and it could be just one dude named Mario who's like finessing the system, which is absolutely totally cool with me right now, because that's where the arbitrage is. If somebody wants to play 15 accounts a day and be able to get that benefit because they don't need to own anything because everything is so cheap, more power to them. I mean, it's not great. It's not a good sign of where the ecosystem is, but if they're doing it, that means other people can potentially do it. And if we get more people doing that, well, eventually scarcity will be felt. I know it's not the best path forward, but it is a path. All right, Nicola says, we can for sure expect a couple of really expensive sales, followed up by more expensive sales until whales dry out. All right, dude, stop impersonating the International Travel Channel. I don't know why that's like that. This kind of comment, useless, based on nothing except frustration, says Bruce. Yes, and I have nothing to be frustrated. Okay, so you guys really got into it in the comments. All right, so Triple Strike says, which SPS will be the leader, having 6 years in existence and dwarf what Axie has done? Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to be competitive with Axie Infinity. It'd be nice to be a multi-billion-dollar project. Are we going to get there? I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm excited about the marketing. I want Blaze, and if they bring the Illuvium person to come in and absolutely succeed, I think that there's a fun game here. I actually do. And if they can get a free-to-play version out, which sounds like something that they're highly focused on, maybe we can start to get those numbers, right? Like the numbers that like Parallel is doing, the numbers that Axie is doing. If we can get there, then it's possible. Is it probable? Oh, man. I mean, look at the market right now. I think this is going to be a Bitcoin bull run, not an altcoin bull run. But we'll see. All right, so Last Hope says, how the card market is structured is why cards lose value over time. The demand for cards are not CL or CL rewards is there, which we can see because the supply of many cards has been decreasing and still prices are down a lot. If the main issue Splinterlands has, or it's the main issue Splinterlands has, but no one seems to be realizing what's wrong with the market, so it never gets addressed. Okay, so how the market is structured is why cards lose value. The demand for cards that are not CL is there. So I'm struggling to understand your comment here. So the issues with the market, you were saying that the demand for cards that are not CL and CL rewards is there. I mean, and I've talked about that extensively with both Untamed as well as Rebellion, right? The two sets that border Chaos Agent, which we can see because supply is there, but which you can see because the supply of many cards has been decreasing and still prices are down a lot. Oh, you're saying the demand for cards that are not CL or CL reward is there, which you can see because the supply of many cards has been decreasing and still prices are down a lot. I don't agree though. I mean, again, if you're comparing Untamed to Bull Run Untamed, it absolutely sucks. But if you're comparing Untamed to when Untamed was in print, and if you're comparing Rebellion for the majority of time that it's been in print. And yes, right now we are in an interesting moment with Rebellion. Keep in mind, we are in an interesting moment with Rebellion where we were all expecting a dip. Temporary, permanent, I don't know. But we were all expecting a dip as more supply flooded the marketplace. I'm not going to say, I don't want to sit here and judge in this moment in time that Rebellion's not holding its value. I think it's done quite well, and even with the ending of conflicts, and now with the upcoming conflicts for Conclave Arcana, the cards seem to be doing okay. I don't think that they've like gone down dramatically. So I'm not understanding what you mean by the way that the market is structured and how that works. I would think that it'd probably be more so how like modern format is structured, but that's a totally separate topic. All right, so Zareda says, super helpful video. This video brings clarity on what to expect from the market. There's more info in my bio for those interested in this topic. Looking forward to your next info. Okay, this looks like shilling. I don't think it has anything to do with Splinterlands. All right, so we just need about 400 more of the right players, says Deuce Crypto. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that number is. 400, 1,000, 8,000. Yes. I mean, even, what's his name? Azarcon says 100 whales, right? 100 like people who want to play at the highest levels would probably do it. And I don't disagree. I mean, there's not that many cards out there, but I'd like to see a wide range of folks. I don't want Splinterlands to be so top heavy. And that's just currently where we're at. Okay, Dwayne, shout out to Dwayne, says, I recently said Rebellion might do okay afterwards. Print rates for Rebellion were just too low, and combine that with the growing altcoin market, SPS double in the past month or so. Yeah, let's hope so. Again, I don't want to judge something at this point in time. I think as we get closer to the end of the Rebellion sales, so I'm thinking like late November, early December, we can start to put some pieces together and analyze just what the fallout from conflicts was. That being said, conflicts for Conclave Arcana are 6-ish months away at this point, and Rebellion cards and packs still have value. So I think that there's probably a lot of folks that didn't end up throwing things onto the marketplace because, well, it just doesn't make sense to at this point. If you believe that we're in a bull run, right? If you believe that the altcoin market's going to pick up next year, that we can grab new players next year, Rebellion won't be in print. So all you're doing is really sitting on the capital, sitting on those packs for another 6 months to see if either they go up in value, right? Either the cards, the packs themselves, or the cards underlying, or you get another benefit for the following 10 months after that, right? So I think it's a very calculated approach, which it makes sense for many folks. And keep in mind, people are not sitting on like thousands and thousands of packs. I mean, there's probably very few players that are sitting on thousands of packs. And if they're sitting on thousands of packs, then it's probably like they're probably not looking to move that and turn it into something else right away, right? I mean, they're probably whales. So it would be the smaller kind of minnows and dolphins that are chasing yield elsewhere. That would be the ones selling their packs. But even still, they have the decision to make now. All right, Smoke Lord says, it's not magic. A rally when demand increases with 1,000 players and dwindling, then the demand will never increase, especially when the FBI is targeting market makers who facilitate manipulated pumps like we see all the time in crypto. I have not heard anything about the FBI getting involved in targeting market makers, although the SEC has been a pain in the butt for the crypto industry. So maybe I'll have to do some research. Fusion Sound says, better buy packs after sound. Prices are holding steady. Yeah. Well, this is in response to my video about where we were wrong about conflicts. Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. I have plenty of time to buy packs. Now I could buy them for, a little more than $3 off the market right now. I could buy them for a little bit over $3 from the store, but I want to see where the market shakes out. I have until December 18th-ish to go in and grab some packs. Hopefully. Actually, I hope that I don't have until December 18th, because that would be awesome if we just got this massive inflow of capital, massive inflow of players, or, people just wanting to speculate on packs. So I think that, there's still a decent amount of time. We're like 7-ish weeks left in the Rebellion sale. And the best part is I can choose to get involved right at the end unless we start to see things tick up. And even if we do see things tick up, you'll still be able to buy packs from the store. So that's a great thing. International Travel Channel, thank you so much for the comment. See, no one is impersonating you here. All right, Lord Kagor says, wait, how are these structured? Was this comment really from 2 minutes ago? All right, that's cool. It's like 4 days, and then all of a sudden 2 minutes ago. And then, okay, so either way, let's rock with it. All right, hey man, a little off topic here. I tried to publish something on Peak D, but the publish button seems to not be enabled. It's light blue, have forbidden sign when I hover my mouse over. I'm correctly logged in using the Hive keychain. Do you know what I'm doing wrong? If anyone has a clue, I'm all ears. I'm going to reply in person or in text just because I don't want them to watch this video. So not sure. I would recommend trying hive.blog or in Leo. Let's see if that works. I mean, it's not Peak D, but we'll see. All right, Banana says, I think it might have been worse if they didn't mention that people can stake Rebellion cards for the Carne Asada airdrops. Yeah, I mean, again, I think that's made a huge that's made a huge impact on this. Not only because you're getting that benefit, but then they give you a time frame for when that benefit begins, right? And it just coincides with the 4-year cycle. Hopefully, what will be the biggest pump of the 4-year cycle. So I think at this point, people would be willing to wait another 6 to 12 months, knowing that after 6 months they're going to get some kind of benefit. Mr. Sahia says, so now, as we remember, After Sound will buy all cards from Rebellion. Everybody's coming through and telling me I got to buy the cards. Don't worry, there's still time. And I haven't committed. I said I'm looking to snipe some deals. And no, I have not sniped any deals yet, but I've been watching the markets. I put all my gold foil Rebellion on the market. It's mostly 90% of the common, 7% rares. And 1 to 3 BCX of epics and legendary. There is a handful of people doing the same, says Erroneous. Okay. So, I mean, again, we were expecting this to happen. There's no benefit to keeping them on wagons for the next 6 months. So why would anybody do that? But we'll see. If you look at it, we still have under 1 million packs, right? Under 1 million packs that have been sold or are in circulation. So again, if I do the math on that, I'm just doing it here on my calculator, 1 million divided by 3,400, which is a max set, it's 294. Are there 294 people that want to play with a max set? I could actually make the argument at this point. Sadly, not, right? Because if you have that, sure, maybe you can go and get specific cards, but keep in mind, there's on average only going to be 294 of each of these Rebellion cards, but or max copies of these Rebellion cards. But at this point, if you're a whale, are you looking at speculating on Rebellion, or would you rather just go heavy on Conclave Arcana? Right, that's the big question, and I think there's a very easy answer to that. All right, International Travel Channel, Snowballs, thank you for the comments. Appreciate you guys. Our vlogging says, if you were planning to dump, why would you wait until the end of conflicts? Why take the risk everyone dumps and get much less out of them? That being said, Legendary Rebellion gold foils have come down about 50% since conflicts began. I have been checking the prices regularly and also sold the ones I didn't need. It felt like I was dumping them, but I got more than what they are worth now. So maybe everyone's just heavily dumping throughout the conflicting year. Well, that's why I made the video, I don't know, a month ago saying, hey, once we get within a couple of weeks of the end of conflicts, which again, that was a while back, we could start to see the market not tanking, but start dipping, right? Just because of the same mindset that you had. And the way that I was looking at it was how many people are going to focus on just getting the minimum amount of guaranteed copies from the conflict airdrops. And as soon as they get their minimum guaranteed, it's you know what? I'm done now. Let me take everything off and sell it on the marketplace. So maybe that's been happening, just not as widespread as we thought it would be. Okay, let's go. And you know what? We're already close to 20-ish minutes or 18 minutes. So let me go ahead and we'll wrap up with a couple more. Mondre here says, I said over and over there wouldn't be a big dip after conflicts. The reasoning is to stack conflict points. People weren't buying Venkas and putting her on wagons. She's crazy expensive for that. But the cards people bought for wagons were things like Chaos Lackey, and basically just a bunch of the trash, right? Trash tier. Non-meta cards no one wanted anyway that are cheap points. Hopefully that makes sense and why you aren't seeing a big dip in Dark, Dead Blast, Rage, Venka, etc. No one bought extras of expensive meta cards. You could get far more conflict points. So okay, so Mondre, you're right. I'm not saying that. Maybe I was looking at the big ones on certain live streams or whatever, but the main thing that I have been tracking is the full value of the set. So obviously any of the trash tier that would get dumped and drive those prices further down would still contribute to that. That being said, though, to your point, a lot of the higher tier cards, the meta tier cards, right? I mean, look at freaking what's that called? Tofu, for example, going over $60 per BCX. A lot of that is driving the average value up, in my opinion, right? And now, obviously, with Nidhogger out, we've seen probably a couple $100 added in value every single time a new card comes in because it's a top tier card. People want it. Its value stays high. And then, in order to get a max copy on the set value, it's 11 times whatever that value is. I think for Nidhogger, it was $20-$30. That's $200 to $300 right there. So I agree with you that it's not looking it's not looking at the individual cards, especially not the top tier cards, but I've just been tracking the overall set value is probably the main metric. But it's a good call out, so thank you for that. Seems obvious to me. Team would carry on utility for wagons to prevent a huge dump on the card market. Well, not really, Snowballs. I mean, Matt actually bluntly said he doesn't think, like, he doesn't want to make short-term moves, right? He's like, well, if it's a dip, then it's a dip, and people will buy it, and like that'll be it. Rebellion will be out. So I was not expecting Rebellion to have Conclave Arcana utility, but yet here we are. So, all right, Moffat says number of rental cards has increased. I would give it more time before concluding, though. Yeah, good point. I know. That was like a knee-jerk reaction video, like the day after. So Supreme Victory Studio says, do you think there's enough Rebellion cards out there to support Modern when Chaos Legion leaves? So this is a good question, and I've been thinking a lot about this. I believe so. And I also believe that you're going to have a bunch of folks that probably go into Conclave Arcana relatively highly after seeing Rebellion. I think that's going to give people a lot of confidence overall. And considering that Rebellion's held its value, and considering that, Conclave Arcana is going to be the set that'll be in print or in Modern for the next 2 cycles, I think you're going to have a lot of people that look at Conclave Arcana, look at Chaos Legion, look at Rebellion, and see how that fixed a lot of things with Chaos Legion, as well as held its value. And then you're going to look at Conclave Arcana and think to themselves, well, this is even more scarce technically, right? There's less packs overall when you think about it. Like, there were 10 million total packs available for Rebellion. Now you're only going to have 6.5 million. So I do think that people will probably go heavy into Conclave Arcana. That's when there'll be a huge spike in the cost of Rebellion, in my opinion. Yeah, and I think Rebellion will get like Untamed type of status in Modern. Definitely not enough, especially since SPS pool will be significantly higher than Wild. I imagine card demand would be very high. Yeah, very cool. All right, so we'll end with this one. Those cards will burn once CL moves to Wild. Oh, and this is on the reward cards, which I've done an update. So if you missed that video, just looking at Chaos Legion cards, my estimation, I mean, the whole thing, if you were to burn everything that's remaining, at least of a couple days ago, was 1.6 billion as well. But I just can't imagine like gold foils getting burned. I think a lot of people scoop those up for land, and I think there's still a lot of land whales out there that are willing to buy those, and therefore those have not been trading at or below their burn value. Now, you know what? We'll do a couple more. So Keek says, glad it's back, referring to these answering comments. And Ghostly BG says, bring league caps back. So I'm going to give that one to you to close this out. Ghostly BG, bring league caps back. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your day. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.